Hello everyone. Thank you for coming back to my channel. In this video, I wish to ask a question to all Malaysians. Why are we not being more angry or angrier at the King of Bribe Givers? Why are we treating this bribe giver who admitted himself to give bribes to politicians or offer money, and yet we're celebrating him like we're having him to be like a celebrity, taking pictures with him and having important politicians in our country, historical figures, uh, being with this person. There doesn't seem to be any shame, and even the opposition is using what is the allegation from this man and treating it like a whistleblower, when it is very clear that he was the bribe giver because he admitted it himself. What is happening in this country? Why are we not being angry at the person who has started all this thing by giving or offering this money? So we know of this situation with one Chinaman or Chinese man who had exploded into the media by showing as if he's the whistleblower and putting out screenshots of WhatsApp that may involve Sabah politicians on what he considered as corruption. That he was the one who admitted himself that he gave all this money. He then took videos as well as screenshots of WhatsApp and admitted to willingly giving money in order to exchange for some sort of licensing, uh, business license or mining license or whatnot. And so, in anybody's book, it is corruption, but to him, it is an investment. He said, I got investors. It's the first time I've heard the word investors being used to describe a group of people giving money to one person so that he could be the go-between to provide money to politicians. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to protect bad politicians for accepting bribes, but put yourself in the position of the politician. What if you and I were the politician and somebody like this man comes and says, oh, I like you, Prof. Tajudin, you are a great person, you talk about harmony and all that. I'm going to finance you, you don't worry about money. You want anything, I give you. I said, oh, of course, I didn't, if I were the politician, I wouldn't expect this person to be asking me for license or whatever, or to ask favors. I would look upon him as a philanthropist, a person, a good Malaysian who wants to help me spread whatever my belief in society is. Of course, you could say that I would be very naive to not expect that this guy would ask for something in return and that this would be corruption. For me, it's just someone who's going to donate to my cause. It's a lot like a American politician getting money from so many corporate figures, billions and millions, and these are considered as political donation. But then he pulls the string by saying, "Oh, I've already given you this money. Could you help me with this one and that one?" And so then we come into the issue of whether this is a favor or whether this is a corruption. So the problem here is that number one, when this man shows thing, he doesn't put the report in a formal manner to the MACC or to the police. He puts it out on the media. What is the intention there for putting it out in the media? Unless you want to have a smear campaign, you would have to report it first and let the authorities deal with it. And if the authorities seem to be sitting on it and not doing anything, then maybe perhaps you would go to the media. But here, he goes to the media with screenshots that doesn't tell whole stories, and with videos that are edited. How is the authority going to handle this? if you want to do something, you have to give the whole thing. Then only we can decide whether it is a corruption case or it's a case of giving favors or willingly giving money and then not expecting any favors or something like that, or maybe giving money in the later expectation of favors. So how are we going to decide on that if there's not the full video or not the full screenshot with the clear person accused to be part of it? So what is this style of putting it out into the media? Now, if we as a people accept this and say, wow, this politician, this and politician, and not looking at this man who is clearly the first person to start all this, and we are not angry at him, we are angry at politician that hasn't been proven to be corrupt yet. There's no investigation, there's no court case, but this person had admitted to giving the money, not out of his goodness of his heart, but to expect favors. Now there is a new thing that this person is putting out, which is a person with whose face that we cannot recognize, and then saying this thing and that thing, and there's no investigation yet, and yet we have the news media splattering it all over, and for people to actually then decide, so then this politician is guilty, that politician is guilty. Where is our sense of fairness and justice? And where is our sense of critical thinking? We are immediately angry at politicians and pointing fingers left and right when it is not proven anything. What is proven is this man doing this, initiating this, and for what purpose? This is something that we don't question because we are angrier at the so-called public servant that we had put. I can understand the anger. But here, from where I'm standing as an academic, I don't see any proof of anything. Some screenshots and that's it. Okay, and some videos of whoever, whatever you can pay. I must remember that I come from the Reformasi period, during the time that Anwar was accused of so many things, that he had so many women, that he had sodomized so many persons. Nothing for me was proven at all. And that was the time without social media, and it was splattered all over the mainstream newspaper, Utusan Malaysia, Star, Berita Harian, to the point that I never buy this newspaper for 25 years. So are we going to repeat ourselves with this kind of situation, now worse with the social media? And also, unfortunately, with media who are competing with social media influencers in terms of putting out sensational news about the badness of politicians, especially in the present government. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. It seems to be that when you tell some bad things about politicians, then you get great views or a lot of viewers, and that turns to money in terms of advertising and things like that. So is this our new value? Populism rather than truth, sensationalism rather than integrity. And on our part as Malaysians, we will destroy our country if somebody makes a video, let's say of me with a girl, putting it in an AI position, or having some people dress up like me, or look like me, or sound like me, but it's not me. What are we what are we heading towards? We must show complete utter disgust to this man, but yet we are celebrating him as a person who is helping Malaysia clean up of bad politicians, when he is the person who's throwing shit around. I do not mean to be vulgar, but I'm just disgusted, not at this person actually, but at the way that we are treating this person. Now, of course, those politicians who are proven to be taking bribes, they must go. And we must not support them. But where I'm standing, there doesn't seem to be enough evidence. And we are not the person to do the investigation. It has to be the authorities. Are we going to allow journalists now to decide who's guilty and who's not guilty? Or the journalists now are policemen? The journalists now are those people who have high integrity. Now, this is something which we need to look very deep into ourselves. As I said many times in my public talk, if we have a nation that failed, most of the time it's because of us. It's not because of politicians, and it's certainly not because of this King of Bribe Giver. Even it's not him, it's us. How do we treat this person, this disgusting person? At a high position, or not even saying anything about him, but asking, so why is this politician not answering? Why is that? If there was a video of me seemingly to be doing something bad, I don't even have time to answer or to give evidence. The so-called insinuation is already enough to condemn me. How are we to live in this kind of society? So it goes beyond our social media, beyond our online media. It goes back to us. Who are we? Do we want a good country, a good nation? Do we want to forge good relationship with others? We must look deep into ourselves and our value system, our critical thinking. We will destroy our own country by us celebrating the wrong person and accusing and also already making a guilty verdict on those who have been accused without a proper investigation, trial, and so forth. I mean, Najib Tun Razak was put on trial for how many years? But here we take a few seconds to decide, oh, this politician, wow, celaka betul. Not celaka to this other person who is giving the money. So for me, even though I'm disgusted at this man, and I'm also disgusted at politicians who actually, if they are proven to take money, especially from those who I'm supporting, the Pakatan Harapan, I'm disgusted if they actually did it. But it hasn't been proven that. So my disgust has to wait. But this man has already admitted he gave the money. So I don't have to wait to be disgusted. I'm disgusted at this man. If you are thankful for him to put things out, well, I don't know why are you being thankful to this man. If he say he is a good person, then he would have to go to the authority, but obviously he's not a good person. He's doing it for a reason. And now we have the opposition politician attacking those who are accused, not yet being proven anything, but not saying anything about this man who has admittedly, clearly, unabashedly, tak malu langsung to say that he has given or offered money, and of course given the money to whomever his little screenshot says, which we don't really know who or whether those screenshots are true or not. And then finally we have the trial by media and social media. Are we to then let the journalists decide for us? Are we then to let influencers decide for us? Or are we going to leave it to our conscience and our thinking of looking at what is facts, not what is suggested? So this is something which I have said that we have to look into ourselves. There is nobody at fault but us. Now, of course, there are politicians who take money, if it can be proven, and certainly the greater person would be those who are offering the money. But it is us who have to decide how we look at the situation and how we handle our gratefulness or even our disgust. At the moment, I think we are a nation in crisis because we cannot tell the difference. Thank you very much. Hi everybody. If you would like to own my book and have my signature as well as a personal note from me, please follow the instruction. Thank you.